a sign that he's feeling better or reckless behavior.
The Secret Service takes this very seriously, and I think it was great that President Trump was able to get out there and show he's ready to take this virus head on.
The president still in the hospital, recovering from coronavirus tonight after taking a ride past his supporters outside.
I have a hard time believing that those physicians would have cleared that.
Plus, changing minds, the president's COVID-19 fight now shifting attitudes about catching the virus.
Don't put them at risk, regardless of who you vote for.
And trying to bring a community together through art.
I want them to see themselves. I want them to feel proud of themselves.
The White House says the drive-by was cleared by the president's medical team.
But even doctors at Walter Reed Hospital worry the president is putting his Secret Service agents' lives at risk and is breaking quarantine too early. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Grenauer.
And I'm Jacqueline Allen. White House spokesperson Judge Deere says appropriate precautions were taken to protect the president and the Secret Service agents today. He added that the drive-by was safe to do, even as the president fights the virus. But one doctor at Walter Reed says COVID-19 patients should never leave the hospital before they finish treatment.
The idea that this would be cleared without any medical indication is absurd. Masks or no masks, being inside a vehicle that is hermetically sealed circulates virus inside and potentially puts people at risk.
Now, the president also started a third drug treatment today. Dexamethasone is a steroid that the World Health Organization only recommends for severe COVID-19 cases. The drug can also cause confusion among patients and is used to help stabilize oxygen levels. The president's oxygen levels did dip for a second time yesterday.
And despite this, the president's medical team says he could be cleared to leave the hospital tomorrow. He tweeted a new video earlier today saying he's learned a lot about the virus.
This is the real school. This isn't the let's read the book school. And I get it, and I understand it, and it's a very interesting thing, and I'm going to be letting you know about it.
Today, the White House communications director told reporters exact numbers of how many positive cases there are in the West Wing would be released. But hours later, the press secretary said those numbers will not be released.
No, there are privacy concerns we take very seriously, safeguarding the information of the personnel here in the White House. So that's basically where we stand right now.
Tonight, Attorney General Bill Barr said he's going to self-quarantine despite testing negative for COVID-19. Barr was seen near Kellyanne Conway last weekend in the Rose Garden during the Supreme Court nominee announcement. Conway has since tested positive.
Because of all those positive tests, this weekend, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced he wants to push back floor activity for 2 weeks, but not the Supreme Court process, saying that is going full steam ahead. Hearings are still set to begin next Monday. Also moving forward, the debate between Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris. You can catch it right here on Denver7 this Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m.
So a lot of us have been talking with our families, with our friends about the president's diagnosis this weekend. And we wondered if it's changing people's attitude about the virus and measures they're taking to protect themselves or others. Denver7's Nicole Brady went to find out.
Sunday's beautiful weather brought Denverites out of their homes, but this group of friends was still covering up.
I received a kidney transplant 11 years ago, and I'm on immunosuppressant, so I always have to be careful.
For Mike Noble, that means even outside.
Outside at the park wearing masks is the right way to go, even if you want to just enjoy the fresh air.
Most people walking around Wash Park were mask-free Sunday, but the virus that has swept through the president's professional circle is changing people's sense of their own vulnerability.
It's not a joke. Like, people really do get sick from it.
In an ABC News Ipsos poll out Sunday, 81% of Americans surveyed reported being concerned about becoming infected. That's up from 72% 2 weeks ago, and it's the highest number since April. Meanwhile, 72% of those surveyed believe President Trump did not take the risk of contracting the virus seriously enough. Sunday, his doctor implied that behavior may change.
When he'll move out into to public, we move him out and around other people that aren't in full PPE. I assure you, he'll as long as he's still under my care, we'll talk about him wearing a mask.
Many doctors, including Denver Health's chief medical officer, say we all need to learn from this.
Wearing your mask in public when within 6 feet of another person. We're learning and we're seeing that they may be more effective than we initially thought.
For someone who has always had to be more health conscious, Mike Noble hopes seeing exactly how one person can infect another will be a wake-up call.
It really isn't a political thing. It's straight up just people in your community might not be as healthy as you, so don't put them at risk, regardless of who you vote for.
Nicole Brady, Denver7.
All right, let's talk testing here. Starting tomorrow, CU Boulder is expanding its on-campus coronavirus testing. Any student will be able to get a walk-up test. Previously, you had to live on campus to get access to those rapid tests. Also tomorrow in Aurora, a new free drive-up and walk-up testing site is opening. The sports park site is closing and it will be replaced by a rapid testing site here at Restoration Community Fellowship Church. Meanwhile, Adams County is extending its testing site at Waterworld through the end of the year. We want to say today we added 521 new COVID-19 cases here in Colorado, putting our state at more than 73,000. But the percentage of tests coming back positive still stands at 3.53. It's been about the same for the past few days, and that is well below the 5% rate limit recommended by the World Health Organization for governments that reopened.
Some sad news to report tonight near Grand Junction. The Mesa County Sheriff's Office says they believe they found the body of missing 3-year-old Adalisa Ray. Deputies say she wandered away from home last night, and today they drained the Grand Valley Canal, which is where her body was found. The Sheriff's Office is asking if anyone has videos of the area so that they can try to figure out exactly what happened. Deputies are calling this a tragedy.
A neighborhood in southwest Denver is choosing to respond to violence with a physical show of unity.
Denver7 Sloan Dickey is live in the Westwood neighborhood where, Sloan, this capped off a weekend of events.
Yeah, it was a weekend of events that were commemorating a summer that leaders here said was tragic and hurtful. That's because of a gun violence spike here in the Westwood neighborhood. But it was also a weekend to commemorate the community that's here. If you can see behind me, a mural was unveiled this weekend containing faces of community members. And the leaders here said that it is exactly those community members that they need to pull through. What is a community?
His name is Pedro. He walks around here all the time.
But a patchwork of people.
This is Father Dang. He does a lot of community work for the Vietnamese.
Unique and special, every one.
And this huge photo is, I wanted to highlight the kids, a group of kids from here from the projects across the street.
This wall is more than just a collection of faces.
What I want them to see is life and to celebrate it while it's here.
It's a reminder that even in the worst of times, there is hope in community.
I want them to have a daily reminder of why we keep pushing forward.
Westwood has seen its share of pain, gun violence spiking in 2020, families and neighborhoods torn apart.
Unfortunately, so many of the stories that come out of our community are negative.
But that is not the whole picture.
I think the goal here is to remind folks and to reshape that narrative that this community is strong and this community is built on foundations of love.
Now that community is gathering around a new mural.
This side it's in English, and that side it'll say comunidad in Spanish.
A tribute to the strength and vibrance in the face of hardship.
I want them to see themselves. I want them to feel proud of themselves, of who they are, where their roots are, proud to be here.
A patchwork of people.
What I want them to see is life and to celebrate it while it's here.
Unique and special, every one. Sloan Dickey, Denver7.
A mural fit for a hero. Today, downtown Denver got a new mural as well, this one honoring STEM shooting victim Kendrick Castillo. His parents were at today's event and thanked everyone for carrying on their son's memory. You can see this mural just blocks from Coors Field at the corner of 21st and Lawrence.
We want to give a heads up for everyone tomorrow. Many state offices are going to be closed. It is the newest state holiday, Francis Xavier Cabrini Day. So you can see, the famous Mother Cabrini Shrine there in Golden. Legislators passed a bill back in March to replace Columbus Day with Cabrini Day. Mother Cabrini helped establish 67 schools, hospitals, and orphanages all around the country, including some here in Colorado. We are now officially 30 days away from the November 3rd election. Colorado ballots will start being sent out by the end of the week, so start keeping an eye on your mailbox.
And if you're still undecided on one of the biggest battles facing our state, this Friday, Denver7 is hosting a debate between incumbent U.S. Senator Cory Gardner and former Governor John Hickenlooper. You can catch that starting at 5 p.m. again this Friday, October 9th.